Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, what I have for you guys is a brand new GTA 5 Online video, and in today's video, we're going to be going over all of the biggest and most major changes for this final weekly update before the new GTA Online Agents of Sabotage DLC goes live on Tuesday, December the 10th. We have some fantastic opportunities for some rare and removed vehicles, collector's items, things like that are highly sought after that you may or may not want to pick up before this update goes live, depending on how much actual capital you have to deploy here in-game. But with that being said, we're going to be reviewing everything. This car you can see right here is one of them featured this week with the current customization. I haven't touched it at all, but it is an awesome car. I'm going to tell you about this car, performance, customization options, how much it's going to cost, along with the rest of the rare and removed vehicles for the week. We have some money bonuses that you can use to actually, of course, make money faster, more efficiently before the update goes live, so you can be prepared to buy everything day one. Some pretty good discounts, and again, while you probably want to save your money before the DLC goes live, there are some opportunities, once again, that you'll probably want to check out just in case, because, you know, it is discounted. If you've been waiting, well, this is the time, right? If you've been waiting for an item and you finally have it in game at a more affordable price, or a rare and removed vehicle you want to take advantage of and actually purchase, and if it's available this week, then you might as well, regardless of if there's the DLC coming out or not. But obviously, be smart with your money. Don't waste it all. That being said, let's jump into things here. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. Here at the LS Car Meet as your test drive vehicles for the week, we have some fantastic opportunities, or at least not fantastic opportunities. One fantastic opportunity. You want to pick up the other two? Not so much. So let's start off with the best one, the Lampadati Taigon. It's a supercar with really strong acceleration, top speed of 125 miles an hour. It offers, I would say, interesting or maybe like challenging handling at high speeds, but it stands out with an absolutely beautiful design, obviously inspired by the De Tomaso P72. Very stylish. It's not a top-tier supercar choice for handling focused drivers in the game, but it is pretty cool. It's got good speed, and the handling isn't bad. It's just like, it's a little bit, I guess I should say, like, nimble if you're not used to it. Like, it may just surprise you, so keep it in mind. But it's a great car. I definitely recommend you pick it up. Even with the new DLC coming out, you can get it. It's actually on discount too, by the way. You can get it for $1,617,000 this week. Yeah, do you want to save your money for the DLC so you can get the new Dodge Viper, you know, the Banshee GTS, the Police Coquette D10, things like that? Of course, but this is a rare and removed vehicle that we have no idea when we're going to see featured back, and it's been several months since we've seen it, so you may want to pick it up if you've been waiting for it. Like, if you're a player who's been waiting for this vehicle, well, now's your chance. Next, this is the Volcar Fagiloa. It's modeled after the Volvo Amazon wagon. You get, I would say, average acceleration and top speed here, but you get significant oversteer and sharp turns. You know, you have trouble maintaining speed off-road. The brakes on this thing tend to lock up. It's not really a desirable choice for driving around, but if you do want to buy it, you can get it for $335,000 this week. I wouldn't recommend it personally. Same here with the Vapid Peyote Gasser. Some players like it because of the speed and acceleration it has, because it's a gasser style vehicle, but obviously this thing is going to struggle like crazy with handling and turning. You get excessive understeer at high speeds, which makes all types of cornering a challenge. Obviously, big performance limitations, particularly around turns. It's not really advisable to buy this thing this week. I think a better alternative is just to get the BF Weevil Custom instead of this thing, because it's better in every single way. But if you just want this thing because you've been waiting, $563,500 this week. But I don't recommend it. Same with the Fagiloa. As for our rare and removed vehicles over at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport and Car Dealership, we have one pretty good opportunity which I do recommend players pick up, and then the rest, you know, are just up to your discretion if you're interested. So let's start off with this Nuss Stafford here, featuring the O and Nuss limited time livery. So this is sort of like a rare livery that you can get on this vehicle, and also the vehicle is removed itself. This car obviously is going to give you a smooth ride. It's older, it's got decent acceleration, satisfying top speed for what this car is, not going to lie, but it's got a heavy build, it's rear wheel drive, and so that's going to lead to a little bit of like oversteer as well as instability during sharp turns. Of course, it's going to draw its design inspiration from luxury classics like that 1959 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, as well as the Jaguar Mark 9. Now, if you do want to pick it up this week, it is going to cost you $890,400. So up to your discretion if that limited time livery is worth almost a full Cayo Perico heist right there. Now, moving on, the Progen Tyrus. This is the one I would recommend players get, just because you get exceptional grip with this car. You get a pretty good top speed as well of 123.5 miles an hour, so not like absolute meta, but not terrible for a supercar. It excels in races. It's a little bit prone to understeer in the sharpest of corners, but you do get that McLaren F1 GTR longtail vibe with this car. That's pretty much what it's primarily based off of. You get a race-style cockpit, which is awesome when it comes to the interior. You get extensive customization options. I definitely recommend this vehicle, you can get it for $1,819,200 this week. Of course, again, with the new DLC coming up, don't spend your $2 million on this car if that's all you have to your name. But if you've been waiting for this car, regardless of if there's a new DLC upcoming or not, get it, because we have no idea when it's coming back. And I know I got some comments in yesterday's news video about it, so you definitely want to get it if you haven't already. Next, we have the Weenie Dynasty. This car is kind of garbage. You get lackluster acceleration, bad top speed, you get decent handling and effective braking, but you never go that fast anyway. So like, are the brakes really that good? Funny enough, it's actually pretty decent on bumpy roads, but it's not really equipped to be like an off-road vehicle, obviously, so you get no traction, but like the suspension travel makes it kind of interesting. If you do want to pick this vehicle up, it is going to cost you $340,650. Then we'll move on. This is the Dinka Thrust. This is a sport touring motorcycle in the game based off the Honda DN01, the CTX 700, or even the CTX 1300. You get various elements kind of blended together to forge like a distinct identity with this bike, because it's not like stand out in any of those. But nonetheless, you get pretty good acceleration and high top speed for a bike. But of course, you know, it's not like a Batty 801. It's not like a Nagasaki Shinobi, nothing like that. This bike is going to handle best on straightaways rather than like sharp turns and things like that. You also get the ability to boost with this car by doing your wheelies and stuff, and it's like better than other bikes is what I found. But if you do want to buy this vehicle, it is going to cost you $75,000 this week. Then we wrap up with the Invitero Coquette Blackfin. Obviously, nice V8 under the hood here. You get robust acceleration, pretty reliable top speed, really good handling in my opinion, so you can expect to be confident navigating all those tight corners in the game. It's ideal for curvy and windy tracks. You know, the distinctive engine roar and exhaust note is really nice. I think it's got a great exhaust based on the 1956 and 57 as well as 1961 and 62 Chevrolet Corvette. You get the Nash Healey vibes, Austin Healey 300 vibes as well, or Austin Healey 3000. Really cool vehicle, and if you do want to pick it up, you can get it for $695,000 this week. And when it comes to some of our money bonuses this week in GTA Online, we do have double money on the bail agent staff income. So these agents you could send out for work. Usually they get you between $12,000 and $15,000, and they take 48 minutes to come back and actually, you know, deliver what they need, and you get paid that money. That's going to be double this week, so you can earn almost up to $30,000 per each time you send both of these bail agents out. That being said, buying both will cost you $1.5 million normally, because they cost $750,000 each, but since the bail office upgrades are discounted, and we're going to talk about that, you can actually get them for a discounted rate. But that being said as well, in addition to that, we do have double money on the standard bail office targets. So the blue ones, the most wanted targets, aren't double money this week. But that being said, it's not the worst thing ever, because these are fast and easy to do. Unfortunately, a lot of these missions, you know, will take you to Paleto Bay, so that's going to increase your average time to complete these. But as you can see, you know, $79,000, $78,000, $72,000, they're going to pay usually in the range of $70,000 to $80,000 with double money this week. A lot of these can be completed in 5 minutes or less. And of course, while these do have an hour real lifetime cooldown, just farm these as part of anything else you're doing in between your money grind. Like in the 3-hour cooldown you have for Cayo Perico this week while you're trying to run those missions, you know, do some of these bottom dollar bounties in between auto shop contracts or your Dr. Dre contract while that's on cooldown. Whatever the case is, these are really fast and easy missions for this type of money. And while, you know, on single money players hated it and, you know, they thought it wasn't, you know, fun content or anything like that, while they are double money this week and you do own this business already, they're probably worth taking advantage of, because, you know, you don't need to commit all your time to farming these. You just do 3 of these in 15 minutes in 1 hour and then wait and then do them again later. And, you know, you can make pretty good amounts of money here. You can make almost $230,000 from this. And in addition to that, we also have triple money and RP on the new community series job. So tomorrow I will have a money guide on how to make money with these bounties before the new update goes live. We'll talk about all the different types of bounties, showcase the different ones. The ones I would just recommend you avoid are the triad ones, because those consistently you're going up to Paleto Bay so much. A lot of these biker ones, you're not really going up far. Sometimes you go to Sandy Shores, things like that. A lot of these gangsters and gang members, then sometimes you also go up to Sandy Shores. But you know, if you could stick around the city just by RNG, then you're good to go. But if you got to go really far, take your Sparrow, take your Raiju, take your Oppressor. It's not the end of the world. And even if these bounties really don't interest you this week, at least do 3 of them. You know, just do 3 of the standard ones, or do 2 standard and 1 of the most wanted targets. Because as long as you do 3 bounty targets this week, you'll complete the weekly challenge, and that will give you a $100,000 bonus on top of the money you're already making for all of these bounty targets in the first place. When it comes to our problem property and vehicle discounts for this week here in GTA Online. We'll start off with a property discount, which is 40% off all bail office properties, all bail office upgrades and modifications. So if you don't already have one and you're looking to actually buy one, this is your opportunity because we haven't seen the bail office actually discounted yet. And I know a lot of players, when this update came out, they were like, oh, it's so expensive, so I'm going to hold off until it's on discount. Now's your chance. But again, it is a super expensive property. And maybe with the money bonuses this week for it, it may not be worth investing all your money into it, especially right before a DLC. But with that in mind, if you're a player who's been waiting and waiting, I know in the previous comments, some people mentioned that they were waiting for this discount. Well, here it is. So don't miss out because you can, change up your style. You can get your bail agents, your personal quarters, gun locker, and armor plating for your bounty van, all for 40% off here. But then when it comes to vehicle discounts, you can see the ADIOS Paragon S is going to be 30% off. You can get this for $1.4 million. The Balakan and Visage is going to cost you $1.73 million. You can get this for 30% off. On Southern San Andreas Super Autos, the Vapid Dominator FX is going to cost you just under $1.1 million. This is going to be 30% off. The Canis Castigator is also going to be 30% off. You can get this for $1.155 million. These are all bottom dollar bounties DLC vehicle discounts. In addition to that, you can also get the Weenie Dynasty, the Projan Tyrus, the Vapid Peyote Gasser, the Lampadati Tygon, as well as the ADIOS Stafford, all for 30% off, but those are rare and removed vehicles. Of course, I showcased you in this video exactly from which in-game vendor across the open world where you could buy those this week. But we have one more discount we got to check out, and that is the Vapid Dominator FX Interceptor police car. You can get this for $3.465 million this week, 30% off, or if you have the trade price, you can get it for $2.6 million. Again, when it comes to all of these vehicle discounts, Rockstar is just dumping all of the bottom dollar DLC vehicles on discount. A lot of these are really expensive, and I wouldn't recommend them anyway, but I would recommend some of those other ones we talked about, like that Lampadati Tygon or the Projan Tyrus, if you're looking to buy anything this week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your podium vehicle for this week is the Classy Tahoma Coupe. Now, this is an interesting one because honestly, performance isn't that bad. It's not, like a top 10 supercar, sports car, muscle car, anything like that in the game, but it does have pretty solid performance. The customization is not too bad. We are going to be reviewing it further in my free vehicles guide later on this weekend, but just for the sake of today's video, let's go spin the lucky wheel and see if we can win it this week. You might as well with any vehicle that's the podium vehicle for a specific week in GTA Online. Always spin that wheel, always try and unlock it for absolutely $0, and we are not going to get it, but what we are going to get is a mystery item. We're going to get a hat. We usually get a hat. We got 10,000 chips. Okay, that's a little bit better. At the LS Car Meet this week, your prize ride is the Overflawed Autarch, and in order to unlock this vehicle, all you need to do to complete the prize ride challenge is just win LS Car Meet Series races for 3 days in a row. So if you're going to be playing this game and grinding money for the upcoming new DLC, Agents of Sabotage, on December 10th, then of course you may want to do some LS Car Meet Series races as well to try and unlock this car in the meantime too. This is a really good hypercar. It's not going to beat the top tier supercars in the game in terms of raw speed on the track, but it's got some of the game's best traction and exceptional cornering characteristics out of any vehicle that I've seen. Not the absolute best, but still top 5, top 10 in my opinion for that. Rank it very highly on my top 10 best supercars video. It was for sure on that list. I forget the exact ranking, but we'll also review that later on. But this is definitely a vehicle you want to try and unlock because it's been a while since we've seen a supercar as the prize ride. When it comes to our salvage yard cars and robberies for this week, let's start off. Let's go left to right. None of these are claimable this week, unfortunately, but we do have the Karen Previan, which is this week's standard range vehicle featured in the Duggan robbery. Next up, the Declassy Mamba is this week's mid-range vehicle featured in the Podium robbery. And then we wrap up with the top range vehicle for the week, the Overflawed Tyrant, featured in the cargo ship robbery. At the gun van this week, if you guys are watching on Thursday, December the 5th, you can see his location here on the mini-map right now, or the actual map, in downtown Vinewood in the parking garage. So I will zoom in right here for you. And now featured, we do have the battle axe here, as you can see, the precision rifle, the tactical SMG, the grenade launcher, the sweeper shotgun, as well as the vintage pistol. Now, the grenade launcher is going to be 30% off for all players in the game this week, and if you are a GTA Plus member, all of these weapons are going to be 50% off, as well as the throwables. These are also going to be 50% off as well. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Everyone, really appreciate all the support here on the channel. I cannot wait to start covering the new Agents of Sabotage DLC, because even though it may not be the biggest DLC we've ever seen in this game, probably going to be similar to the past couple, it still looks like it's going to be pretty fun if you just enjoy grinding GTA Online and, experimenting with all the different types of content we have. So drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Also check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram if you're interested in seeing me money grind to prepare for the new DLC that's going live on Tuesday. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Adios, amigos.